Stéphane, as you know, since we all go to many of these scientific and medical conferences, and they tend to be fairly narrowly focused. What do you think is the value of something like this multidisciplinary, if you will, Vatican conference? What's the value of this kind of a conference?
I think a few things. I mean, obviously, the multidiscipline side of it, I think, is fundamental. Biology requires many expertise coming together. And then we all are doing this science to do medicines to help people. That's why we are all into this together. And so involving the regulators, the manufacturers, is really important. So I think from basic science discovery to applied discovery, to development in the clinic, to manufacturing, to approval, and so on. So I think all those capabilities. And then the piece that I like the most about it is this, all those different points of view. I think it makes it a very powerful conference and create great friendships as well. When you think about it, we are all extremely biased. I try to always remind my teenagers that because of where we grew up, which country, which city, which family environment, what we studied, where we worked, we are all extremely biased. And I think to be able to together focus on big issues, to change the world, to make the world a better place, to help people in need, and doing it together, and doing it in an environment that's bigger than any one of us, because the Vatican is such an amazing, special place in humanity, whether you believe or not in Jesus Christ. I think it's a really very powerful venue.
Well said. Now, tell me, a new variant pops up. How quickly can you respond so that we can do something about it?
Yeah, so as soon as the variant is sequenced and is raised to our awareness, and our teams are talking to the government team and to the global scientific community on a daily basis, we have already demonstrated for the variant first identified in South Africa that we can go in 30 days from the genetic sequence to having a vaccine ready to go for clinical trials. What the FDA has done is to give us very clear guidelines to the industry as to what do they need to see before authorizing such a new variant vaccine. And we think it's around a 3 months time frame. So what I'm trying to get the team to do is, can we go and start to be kind of 100 days from sequence to authorization, so that as those variants emerge, we can chase them very quickly, and also we can combine them. Because what I worry the most about, Max, is that I think we're going to end up in a world, because of just the evolution of the virus, where you might have a few variants of concern that you want to protect people at the same time. And we'll just do cocktail of mRNAs in a single dose to give you a single dose boost. And we'll just be able to, by doing this very quickly, to live a normal life.
And I think you suggested already, or you touched on the point that collaboration at all of these different levels, both within the company and without the company, will be critical in the speed to which we can generate these new vaccines against new variants.
Yes, indeed. I mean, as I like to say and to remind our team, is making a medicine is a team sport. Within a company, you have to have engineers working with doctors, working with scientists, and those are very different people with very different style and education and habits. And then you have to work with the regulators, because we need to have a product. It's really important. Like, you want airplanes to fly safely. You want medicines to be safe and to be well understood, and to follow very strict manufacturing protocols to ensure their quality and their safety. And so you have also to engage with the regulator very early and throughout the process until you cross the finish line if you have a good product. And then, of course, also the scientific community outside, Moderna. As you know, Max, the team of Dr. Fauci helped us tremendously last year, including getting to the clinic very quickly. This year, again, they're going to test the variant first identified in South Africa, because those participants in the clinical study last year at the NIH are actually coming to a 12-month cycle. So it's perfect to test boosting.
And is it fair to say also that, given that the platform has been proven to be safe and effective, as you generate new vaccines against new variants, you won't have to go through the whole long very large phase 3 clinical trials?
That is correct. What the FDA has set up as a public guidelines for all of industry is for the variants, what we have to do is to test people that already have been dosed previously with a vaccine, and to only show that the quantity of neutralizing antibody that you make in the blood is similar or above what was seen in the participant of a phase 3 studies last year, in our case, 30,000 people, to get a good sense of what the antibody will be required to provide the efficacy against disease.
Terrific, terrific. That's also very exciting.